Hello and welcome back once again, everybody, to Minecraft FTB. Find the baby. I'm back on Find the Baby. Today's episode I am recording before I go into work, just like many others, except today I actually got up extra early just for you guys. That way I can get on, record. I haven't really gotten to play. I got a lot of stuff I want to do, but I can't do it because I want to do it where I can record it, and I can't record it in the evenings because usually I'm sharing this room with my fiance, and she has a high probability of screaming at a computer. Usually when playing Guild Wars 2, because, you know, sometimes trying to do things solo is very difficult. Now, as you can see here, I'm sitting in front of my my spider spawner, and this guy actually works pretty well. I get like 6 or 7 of these guys in here, and I can just go, wah, and just beat on them for a few minutes, and they can't do a whole lot back to me. As you can see, they just kind of run to the end of their leash and bark, as it were. Because they can't go through these pillars, as they are only 1 wide. They do seem to spawn relatively quickly. Sometimes, anyway. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that I've been hard at work up culling the chickens. The chickens have been, it's already nighttime, have been kind of a pain in the butt because they seem to spawn incredibly quickly. But on the plus side, I get tons and tons of eggs, because even though I kill off some of them, I don't kill off enough of them to make them stop laying eggs en masse. So I still get a ton of eggs. Also, I've read up on the wiki. Apparently I need to, if that's a silverwood tree, I need to chop off some of those leaves to try and see if I can find a sapling, because I can get like aura nodes inside of those, which are what generate the vis for an area, or the V for an area. That way I can actually properly use it. Minor changes since the last time you guys were here. I wanted a project table, so guess what? I made some project tables. Project tables are really quick and easy to make. I can show you the actual resources required. I can also show you that I'm using my caps lock key. I'm not sure why. Requires 4 wood on the sides. Obviously the 8 wood for the crafting table. 8 wood for the chest, or 4 wood for the crafting table, 8 wood for the chest, and then 3 smooth stone. And then you have a project table. Now the cool thing about these guys is you can actually save a project or a plan of what you're wanting to create up here, and then you can save that pattern over here. So let's say we had something that used eggs in a pattern like this, and we had egg stairs. You could have it save on this little pattern up here, and then be able to pull out over here and pull out the actual resource over here, and you still have this pattern. Now you can take the pattern, move it, toss it, do whatever you want to with it, and then if you ever want to recreate that particular item again, you stick the pattern up here and it'll automatically populate the fields with that layout of material, and then you can just start pulling, so long as you either have the resource here in the project table box or you have it down here. I think it might have to be up here, but I know so long as you have the resources, you don't have to relay it out up here, so long as you have the actual project, the blueprint, the plan. I still need to sort this stuff. My sorting machine hasn't really been at high function. I have gone and collected up all the ores that were inside the spider spawner area, and that's about as far as you guys have actually seen me do anything. Looks like all of, yeah, this is my Zycoridite, which is mostly used for decoration and stuff. I might end up lacing my walls with some of this stuff to look really cool, because it's a animated texture. But I don't need it right now. Right now, I'm more worried about the Thaumcraft. You can also see I threw up a couple of my quartz crystals up here in the corners. That's mostly because I got tired of them sitting in my inventory. I also moved some of the stuff that was inside the chest over there into this. Nothing like major. Am I missing some reeds, sugar canes? Looks like I was. Any more? For whatever reason, when I open these 2 chests in particular, I have a tendency to auto pull whatever's right here in this bottom middle slot. Like it just automatically withdraws, and it's a little annoying. I'll take those because I already have some of those sitting over here. Corn and cob. Meh. I got some beef. I already have some beef over there in the chest. basically I preemptively gathered up a bunch of stuff so that way I know what I can make for you guys, and I'd be able to say, okay, well I know how to do this, I know how to do this, I know how to do this. Well, we have our Thauminomicon. I didn't get to go through this in great detail last time. Up here we have basic stuff like our great wood trees, aspects of magic, describing the different types of things that you can have. Aura, flux, we have silverwood trees, shimmerleaf. Yeah, I'm pretty certain the ones I have outside the house here are silverwood, because they often have an aura node within them. Shimmerleaf, which grow next to those trees. Infused ore, we already know about those because we have shards. They come in a variety of colors, the 5 basic colors for the 5 basic magic types. Cinder Pearl, I've spotted a few of those over in the desert to our east here. I haven't actually gone and collected any of those. Then we have Knowledge Fragments. I found 2 of those inside the Spider Spawner chest. Now I'm going to need more of these guys, unfortunately, but apparently there's certain things that I can make in Thaumcraft that require 9 of these. Research table, we already made one of those. I showed you how to make that. That is 2 tables, which a table is on a crafting bench, 3 slabs of wood across the top, wood block on one side, wood block on the other side. Make 2 of those, added with scribing tools here, which is a feather, ink, and bottle. Makes that. It makes this. And then for this guy here, you take the table and I think it was add a wand to it. Yep, just add a wand to a table. Right-clicking a wand on a table and you get your arcane work table. Crucible, just like a crucible. Super tall minecart of iron, and then right-click it with a wand once you have it out in the world. And of course the Wand of the Apprentice, which charges up based on how close to a source of vis you are. I have to go over next to the desert over there in order to be able to find anything like that. We already learned Nitor, which requires Ignis, Lux, Potentia. We're in the process of learning these other guys here. That looks like a thermometer. Thermometer. There we go. It looks like a gold nugget. That looks like a wing. Maybe from like a chocobo. I don't know. We'll figure out what this stuff is like now, because I mean I've already got this guy. That's probably magic tallow if I had to guess. No, I've already got magic tallow. Magic tallow is corpus melted down, but in order to make magic tallow, it's corpus, which is, you know, flesh, plus fire to make that particular ingredient. And then it shows me things I can make with it, like candles. Whoa. Now, I'm not exactly sure what the purpose of tallow candles are. I've seen them inside my NEI before, but I haven't actually played with them. So I'll give them a go here in a little bit once I've actually made some tallow worthwhile. That's not what I need. This is what I need. Right now we're working on something with Ignis, Fractus, and fires energy, reset energy at slightest bump. Maybe unstable will probably make a good source of fuel. So this sounds like elementum, I believe, which requires potentia as its final thing. Now, I had some stuff with potentia. What do we have here? Cocoa beans, I think. Yes, cocoa beans have quite a bit of source of potentia, plus it also has herba. Now, as you might have also seen, I've placed out a bit more cocoa bean pods around my house, just that way I can get some more seeds if I need the additional seeds. I still get about another 30 something in another chest somewhere around here with yet more seeds. So that's the thing. Anyway, also to further explain this, you can place multiple items over here. They'll give you the list of attributes that they learn here. Place paper down here. Place your research notes automatically generate here based on what you're consuming over here and what you're learning over here. Now those can actually have quite a few more fields populated, and this kind of gives you an idea of the concept of what you're looking at here. The search button here consumes these to attempt to learn portions of it, and this down here gives you either a cursory chance, which means it may or may not consume the item, but it has a lower chance of actually gaining progress over here, or thorough, it guarantees a consumption, and it is a much higher chance of actually learning the thing over here. Fortunately for me, I'm starting most of this stuff while well into my my series. I have lots of resources, lots of things I can do, so this will be a little bit quicker for me. As you can see, Potentia was indeed the third item here, and now we have our discovery of elementum, which I can look at it and right click, and we have elementum, essence, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Do not throw it. This one kind of works like a very, very small TNT module. You can throw it and it explodes. They're kind of cool. They require a very, very minor amount of this, but they will not destroy stone. They destroy other blocks like dirt and wood. It's neat to have, but it's kind of like a lot of the stuff in here. You're typically going to be using it if you're trying to craft like a wand, or you're trying to craft something a little higher level. At least in my experience. So let's see if we can manage a gold transmutation, which I believe actually requires gold, which requires metallum and cars, and transfer, which actually requires eggs. So, see what we got here. Oh, we already got it. Oh yeah. Permutatio, which is what I've been calling transfer. It's exchange, change, barter. It's like a currency sort of thing. Chorus, expensive, precious, valuable, and metallum, which is metal. We already have our egg learned to the max, so I can take that back off. And we just finished learning gold and metal. Boom. Basic transmutation. Good boom, good boom, good boom. Ha! Basic transmutation down. Now I have a good few metallic transformations to actually have to learn here. And because I have so much iron, I'm going to go for those first as my primary thing I'm burning here. But things like permutatio, and this should be metallum. Yes. Ooh, I actually get a third thing here. I wonder what that's gonna be. Well, from what I know, we can do things like tin, copper, lead transmutations. It just depends on what this one's wanting. This would be tin, so I guess that would require I use gems, because it requires that little gemstone crystalline looking thing here, vitreous, which is glass, crystal, gem, transparent. Diamonds are your highest source of this, but I have a lot of diamonds. I don't want to use a lot of diamonds. I mean, I don't understand. I don't see a point to wasting that many diamonds. So as you can see, I researched it. Boom, we know the thing there. And now we just continue consuming a couple rubies, and we have our 10 transmutation, like so. Let's stick our iron and some eggs back up here. Just throw another thing of eggs up, because I know I'm going to consume through those. Looks like this one we have iron transmutation. Golden, boom, having mastered, Having mastered the transformation of base metals into gold, the next step would be to transform any and all metals into iron, which iron is better than gold on the most part. Excuse me. I was having a sip of my coffee. As I am unaccustomed to getting up an hour before I normally get up, before I get up for work, I am up a little bit earlier trying to make sure I have plenty of time to record as much as possible here. Now that was iron transformation. We still need silver transformation, which I think was the same thing. In fact, it was. There we go. Boom. Silver. And silver transmutation. Down. Now the next would be copper, if I recall correctly. Now copper's actually kind of a weird one, because copper doesn't feel like it adheres to the normal bounds. It's also apparently a food. You need victus, which is life force, food, sustenance, in order to make copper. So as you can see, copper transmutation requiring our permutatio, metallum, and victus, or permutatio. That sounds about right. Permutatio. Anyway, there we go. Those. Oh, I need another egg. That'd probably help. There we go. Copper transmutation down. Ah, yeah. This is Super easy. Let's see. Now I think I can learn one more material. I can't recall. I think it was a... it was lead. That's what it was. I needed the wood here. Stick those in there, those in there, those and those. Wonder if I can just fix out some chests right here. It looks like I can. It looks like it works just like a crafting bench as well as a arcane doodad. Yeah, I don't exactly know what all the purposes are for this particular table. I do know that I need it for something, but I'm not terribly certain what. I haven't actually used it. That's the first time I've used it. And making chests, it's a shining example. Let's see. We throw up about 8, which should give us a full 32. Let's throw up another 8. And have a stack of 64. Because that's easily divisible into 8. Because I'd be worried that I'd run out of chests pretty quickly. There we go. I have 12 chests. So as you can see, this has vacuous and lignum. Lignum because it's had wood in it. Vacuous because it's empty, it's hollow, it's able to hold capacity. And then I should need more eggs, which I have just endless amounts of. And I will need metal. So as you can see, this actually fills out my items of research here pretty well. We already have our permutatio, and we have our vacuous. So we'll just go ahead and do that. Chest's done. Eggs are done. Metallum, and this is lead transmutation. Boom. 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 Nice. Next one. Gunpowder transmutation, I think. Should require fire and explosion, or whatever this is, fractus, and egg, I think. It's like everything requires egg, of course. Gunpowder, ignis. Well, it's only 37% complete, so I suppose it's just not gotten to the egg yet. Oh, wait, no, I still need that. I don't need that. There we go. I can take the coal out and just finish researching the stone. I am using my stone stairs just because I didn't have a good use for them. There we go. Gunpowder. Awesome. Where did I put it? There I put it. Why did I put it there? Gunpowder. Very cool. And let's have a look at our doodad here. We've already got our gunpowder, not only from creepers. You can make it from Thaum. From our basic transmutation, we also have all of these. It looks like next is going to be thaumium, which is kind of awesome. I still have to figure out that guy there. I think this end is tier 2 research. It's either tier 2 or these are artificing things that I can actually create. We'll get to it. Now, this next one actually requires magic, if I'm not terribly mistaken. I'll just use vis shards. Hopefully those aren't used in too much else. But famous last words. It should require metal, vis shards, and I think it should require the permutatio if I'm not too far off base here. So we'll stick up the vis shards so that way I can get the precantatio, which is magic. Stick up an egg and metal. There we go. Right off the bat, we got our precantatio and our permutatio and our metallum, and we're working on thaumium, which means I could actually probably make some thaumium armor if I wanted to burn enough stuff into it. It only took 6 vis shards, which is kind of awesome. And discovery, boom, thaumium. Very cool, very cool. Now I'm a little bit closer to learning that guy, as well as learning this one right down here, which I'm very eager to get to. Alright, so that's actually all of Tier 1. Let me see how long I've actually been recording. This is nuts. Well, it's been about 20 minutes so far, and I'm still considering myself fairly far ahead. So I'm not going to stop here. This is not going to be the end. We're going to keep going because I still have little bit before I need to go into work. I mean, it's less than an hour, but it's certainly better than I'm normally doing. Lol. Now I do need some things for my next set because I wasn't expecting to be able to get done with all of that this quickly. But I'm not terribly certain on some of these materials. Let me look through the wiki really quickly. When in doubt, wiki it out. You'll be fine. Okay, that's not too much. All right, I suppose the first and foremost thing I could create would be magic blocks, which I'll actually need my vis shards back out for the majority of this, and I'll take like half of my earth shards because I'm gonna need those as well. Actually, I'll burn the earth shards first because, well, I don't know. Earth shards would actually get me a little further. Magic blocks are going to require things like crafting bench, some sort of plant, which it looks like I have not that kind of plant, nor that kind of plant. I'm gonna need metal and stone as well. Where can I find the appropriate kind of wood? Oh, well, I'm a derp. Look at that. It's right there. I suppose I can also take back out these because I'll need those. Either that or I use those. Oh my goodness. Basalts? Forget about it. Alright, we got basalt there. Going to have probably help if I made a crafting bench or something. Get like 4 or 5 crafting benches. Hopefully that'll be plenty, because I need Fabrico, which is a construction sort of thing. I'm going to need Magique, and I think metal. I'll just research these initially here, because I'm just trying to get this stuff through. There we go. As you can see, it's already consuming up 5 items. Got that Precantatio already at maxed, so I can take out that. I've got my wood at max from lignum, but I'm still trying to work out for Fabrico. So just keep going there. And now we have metallum, but I need more thingies. You know the thingies of which I speak. More crafting tables, like so. Now I could either use these or I could use anvils. I think anvil would probably be a little bit more of a waste though. Just because I can spend a lot of iron making anvils. If I recall the appropriate anvil recipe, let's see. That's not it. That's not it. Yeah, I think it's blocks of iron, so I'm not going to bother with it. Well, metal's done. And there's our recipe for magical building blocks. Very cool, very quick, very clean. I still have 12 crafting tables. I feel like a derb. A derb. Very cool. Now, I've never actually seen these guys, but that's kind of neat. I can make those now. Next, I guess this would probably be enchanted fabric if I had to guess. I've seen that before. That requires more crafting tables, so I'm in luck there. It also requires lots and lots and lots of fabric stuff here. So I guess I could either stick this into wool, which is worth 7. To combine some of these is worth 8. So I think I might actually just say this is better. So stick that up there. Stick some more shards. Go ahead and research this out. Got that full. Take that back off because I don't want to waste this. And stick crafting table up there as well. That's full. Now we just finish out crafting table and we have enchanted fabric. Now I don't know of all the sources of which to use enchanted fabric, but that's something I can totally learn, totally figure out along the way. And then that's a thermometer there. Thermometers, don't I have to research that? Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Let's see. I think it was knowledge and some other things. So knowledge is going to require books. I have plenty of books. I made a lot of books in excess. So much books that I don't have any more leather. Although that's not impossible for me to go out and get more. Oh, I could have burned those. I think it also requires like mechanics or mecantatio. I don't recall what those are from. Let me think for a second here. Either that or I'll pull it up on my wiki if it takes me more than like the next 3 seconds. Oh, right, it's from Redstone. Totally from Redstone. This is all recorded live in real time. I prepare minor portions of this. That way I actually know what I'm supposed to be doing, but then I don't actually pay attention to what I'm doing when I'm in here. So yes, it's going to require machinia, which is a mechanism machine device. It's also going to require knowledge, which is books. I already got the books right there. And books are done. And there's my machinia. I think I also need magic, so let's stick these guys back up here. And boom. Thermometer. Thermometer. There we go. I don't have to sound it out like ob. Thermometer, baby. Now I actually need to actually make one of those. So let's have a look at that. Thaumometer. It'd probably be better if I just actually look at it in here. Alright, so it's 4 gold around a water shard. And 20 vis. Okay. I'm carrying gold. I'm not carrying the water shard on hand, so we'll do that. And we'll come over here. I suppose this would be what this is for. We stick this guy down here. It's holding the vis. I put in my 4 gold and my 1 water, and we have a thermometer. So pulling this guy out, this is kind of neat. It works like a compass now, it looks like. So I've not actually seen to what effect this works in favor for me here. This is a little more confusing than the goggles. I'll have to look up a little bit more information on this in terms of what the color and the flicker of this means. Maybe the pinker or purpler it is, the more vis is in the area, whereas conversely, the less pink it is, the more actual magic is in the area. I don't know. I'm not gaining anything on this guy. This guy is stuck at 31, so it looks like it's going incredibly slow. But I do know of the area that's out here. Oh, it's nighttime. Fundiferous. I do know the area that's over here that I actually can hit up. As you can see on my tanks over here, my water tank is completely full. There's a Enderman. Let's go ahead and aggro him. So I need those pearls. Hey. Oh, well, I just found everyone, didn't I? Brain zombies, spiders. That almost killed me. That was not quite what I intended to do, but oh well. And let's toss that. Good deal. First ender pearl. I've been looking for these guys forever, but I finally got one apparently. Let's I'm at low health, but I need to actually get over there in order to see everything. Come on. Come on. Sun, go up. I guess this is a good enough time as any for me to drink my coffee. Oh. When I was young, I found I never needed coffee in order to get up in the morning. It was more like, oh yeah, morning, I got this. And I'd be up at 5 every day when I was little. And now I'm at a point where I'm just like, well, I could get up or I could sleep in another 3 or 4 hours. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's see, it was right over here. Oh. Oh. Now it works like a compass. That's awesome. Look at that. Okay, so it is a matter of how close you are to a point of a point of relevance, a point of whatever, like a node that actually contains stuff. Ooh, there's a hole right here. Look at this. Are you gonna drop a brain? Do I need to come down there? You didn't drop a brain. I don't need to come down there. Let's see. There's something over here. This is kind of cool. I've never actually used one of these guys, so this is kind of a first for me here. Looks like I'm heading right toward it, whatever it is. Either that or I'm heading away from it. No, I'm heading toward it. This is kind of neat. Oh, it's like right here. Well, that's cool. I guess this might be like a Vis Aura or something right here. I'm not completely sure. I've never actually used one of these guys, but this is really neat. I like this 3D object that's like rotating in front of me here. All right, well let's get back over to the house and we'll continue on. Ooh, floating sand. It's like a death trap if you fall in there, because the second that those blocks update, then everything falls on you. Fun times. Now, I actually cleared off all the leaves on the trees over here recently. I had stuck all the leaves in one of the chests somewhere around here. One of the the word, whatever the word is. The barrel. One of the barrels around here. Now I keep having this issue where some of my barrels will go invisible, as you can see right here. I had the same issue with the red power blocks, the micro blocks up top as well. If you guys happen to know a fix for that, let me know in the comments below, because I have no idea what's causing it. It happens every time I go back to my old house, come back here, and sometimes it just happens if I hang out around here and I go too far away from the blocks. They like go invisible when I come back. Alright, well, I suppose that can do it for today. I've recovered and discovered a lot of things, and I certainly feel like this is a much nicer episode than my rushed episode 18. Episode 18, I do apologize that it was as quickly put out as it was, but I really just wanted to make sure I had something, but at the same time I also kind of ended up having to just like skim through it as quickly as possible, and I didn't feel that really made for a good presentation. But I can't do this stuff. I don't want to do this stuff when I'm not like actually actively recording it for you guys. So that's kind of why I'm doing this all on camera here. As you can see, I'm obviously doing it right here while you can sit here and watch me while I show you off my excellent, horrible storage skills. The sad part about all this is I'm incredibly OCD. Everyone that knows me in real life knows this, and yet I haven't gotten around to doing this, because what is OCD if you're not too lazy to actually sort your stuff to begin a sorting process? In any case, next episode is going to be episode 20, and episode 20 I was going to include a world download. A couple things on that before I actually give you guys an upload. The mods I'm using are slightly different than the basic Direwolf 20 pack, and I don't know if that's going to affect anything for you guys. I haven't actually built or made any advanced solar panels, so you shouldn't notice those missing. I do need to make more solar panels, so I'd probably be going that route for something like that anyway. But I also need to let you guys know that I use Tree Capitator, which helped me tremendously coming through the jungle. Because, I mean, it's a jungle. What are you going to do? Oh, I apparently can burn myself by standing there on the lava. And, yeah, it was just really worthwhile to actually have something like that, especially if I was starting in a jungle. It helped out a lot. It's just a time save. But yeah, in any case, I'm rambling on here. This is going to be a nice beefy episode for you guys. All of Tier 1 Thaumcraft items produced and manufactured, they're all entered into my Thauminomicon. And now I get to start working on the unified theory of magic pants stuff. Unified Thaumic Field Theory. So until next time, this has been Warmac9, and I'll see you next time. Didn't I just say next time? Hey everyone, it's Warmac9 here once again. this is actually happening immediately after the last episode that I just recorded, which I guess is 19. This is kind of just, I looked up the actual stuff required to do this, and I wanted to go ahead and do it. I mean, there's no point to not doing it, and I can go ahead and share this with you guys right now because it could be really nice and brief, if I may. Unified Thaumic Field. I can talk good, I swear. Unified Thaumic Field Theory. It requires earth and fire, so solemn and ignis. It requires water, which is from I'm going to use sugarcane. If I can actually finish out sugarcane. Come on, water. A little bit closer. Okay, I can take out that. It requires wind from feathers here. Still not maxed on that fire. There we go. This also requires solemn, I thought. I don't actually guess I get from that. I need dirt. Come on. Come on. There we go. It's going to need magic. It's going to need mutatio there. So I'm going to continue using some of my netherwort here. I'm actually seem to be going through this substantially slower than I had previously. There we go. That's more like it. I'm on thorough again. Let's see. I still need 3 items, which are all obscurus. Should be earth, knowledge. Gotta have knowledge. There we go. Now I need potassio and solemn. Let's see. Let's grab another half a stack of earth shards, which should get me my final 2 things. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Unified Thaumic Field Theory. So, potassio, cognito, ignis, solemn, mutatio, aqua, and air, aura. So basically all 4 elements, knowledge and magic, plus the ability to transform equals Thaumic Field Theory. I didn't even have to burn that many of my netherworts. I did burn a lot of earth shards, which kind of sucks. But yeah, I just wanted to do this really quick for you guys. But yes, very, very nice. Being able to do that gives me the entirety of Tier 1 Thaumcraft, and now I can start working toward higher end wands, as well as working our way down to things like clay golems and all this good neat stuff. So this was kind of just like a quick amendment. I really wanted to do this for you guys like right now because Thaumcraft is kind of a lot of fun, and yeah, I've used the wiki for a little bit of it, but still being able to figure out some of this stuff is also really, really cool. So yeah, the fact that I have a ton of resources on hand beforehand helps immensely, and I would highly recommend that if you're going to do Thaumcraft, you do all the research and all the necessary stuff, all the resource gathering well beforehand. That way you can just do it all in one sitting kind of thing, because it makes it a little bit easier instead of actually having to scour the world for things. Speaking of chickens, of course, most of you probably know eggs are your #1 resource. Get a lot of them. Once again, this has been Warmac9, and this time I will for realsies. See you next time.